You didn't crash. You didn't file a claim. You didn't even touch your policy. But your car insurance still went up. That's because your price isn't based on just your driving. It's based on everything happening around you. You open the app, you see the number, and your first thought is, what did I do? Nothing. That's the part they don't explain. You were told your insurance is based on your record. Drive safe, pay less. That sounds clean. But it's not how the system actually works. Your insurance company isn't pricing you like a person. They're pricing you like a statistic. And statistics don't care if you personally did nothing. They move when the environment moves. If accidents go up around you, if repairs get more expensive, if theft increases, if your car becomes harder to fix, your price moves with it. Even if your behavior doesn't. That's the first disconnect. You think your price follows your actions. It doesn't. It follows the risk around you. And that risk is shared, which means you're paying for other people's mistakes too. That's why it feels off. Because in your mind, nothing happened. But in their system, everything changed. And that is the part that makes people feel crazy. Because you're sitting there trying to connect your bill to your life. You're thinking, I didn't hit anybody. I didn't get pulled over. I didn't add a teenager to the policy. I didn't buy a sports car. I didn't move to Gotham City. But the bill is acting like you started drifting through intersections for sport. That's when people start blaming themselves. They think maybe they missed something. Maybe there was a hidden fee. Maybe the company made a mistake. Maybe they got punished for something they forgot about. Not just your driving. Which means your number can move even when you don't. And this is where the insult really starts to show. Because you can be the careful driver. You can be the person using turn signals like a responsible adult. You can be the person who actually slows down in parking lots instead of treating Target like a racetrack, and still get hit with a higher premium because the world around your policy got more expensive. That is why the bill feels personal, even when the reason is not personal. The company is not saying you specifically are wild. They are saying the category you live in just got more expensive, and you are inside the category. That's it. That is the cold part. You are not being judged as one driver. You are being grouped. And once you understand that, the bill starts making more sense. It does not feel better. But it makes more sense, because now you can stop asking the wrong question. The wrong question is, what did I do? The better question is, what changed in the pricing model? Did repair costs go up? Did claims rise in my area? Did my company change its rates? Did my discount expire? Did my credit-based insurance score move? Did they remove a loyalty discount and hope I would not notice? Did the state approve a rate increase? That is where the real answer usually lives, not in your driving, in the pricing model. And this is where people get stuck. They think, as long as I drive safe, my price stays low. That used to matter more. Now it's just one piece of a bigger system. Because insurance companies don't wait for losses. They adjust pricing ahead of time. Quietly, constantly, without asking you. Which means doing nothing doesn't protect you. It actually makes you easier to reprice. That's the uncomfortable part. Because when you do nothing, you usually stay. And when you stay, they know you are less likely to fight the number. That does not mean every increase is evil. Sometimes costs really did go up. Sometimes the whole market changed. Sometimes your company is reacting to losses they already took. But the problem is this. They are counting on you being too busy, too confused, or too loyal to challenge it. That is how a premium creeps. Not with one giant slap. With little raises you explain away. $10 here, $20 there, a new fee, a discount that quietly disappeared, a renewal that looks normal until you compare it to last year. And by the time you notice, you are not reacting to one increase anymore. You are reacting to a pattern. That is how people get priced up without feeling the full hit at once. It's like financial carbon monoxide. You don't see it. You just wake up one day wondering why the room feels expensive. So what do you actually do? Not drive safer. You're already doing that. The move is understanding your price is not fixed. It's a moving target. So instead of assuming your current company is still the best option, you check, because another company might see your situation differently. Same driver, same car, different model, different price. That gap is where your leverage is. And that's important because insurance companies do not all price risk the same way. One company might hate your zip code. Another might be fine with it. One company might see your car as expensive to repair. Another might price it more normally. One company might raise rates across the board. Another might be trying to win new customers. Same person, different math. That means shopping around is not just about being cheap. It is about refusing to let one company's version of you become the final price. Second, stop looking at just the total. Look at what changed. Because sometimes it's not one big increase, it's small adjustments stacked together. Coverage, fees, rates, discounts, deductibles, policy changes. And if you don't break it down, you just accept the higher number. That's how people get slowly priced up over time, without realizing it. You need to compare the renewal to the old policy, not emotionally, line by line. Because the total is where they want your eyes to stop. The details are where the story is. Did your liability coverage change? Did collision move? Did comprehensive move? Did a safe driver discount disappear? Did the payment plan fee go up? Did your deductible stay the same while the premium climbed? That is not boring paperwork. That is where the money is hiding. Third, ask for the reason like you expect an answer, not why is my bill high. That gives them room to talk in circles. Ask what specific rating factors changed at renewal. That question is harder to dodge, because now you are not asking for sympathy. You are asking for the mechanism. And when you know the mechanism, you know what to fight. Maybe there is nothing to fight. Maybe the whole company raised rates. Fine. Then your move is to compare quotes. But if a discount fell off, a mileage estimate is wrong, a coverage level changed, or a vehicle detail is off, now you have something real to correct. That is the difference between complaining and controlling the situation. And the last thing, don't confuse loyalty with savings. Insurance companies don't reward you for staying. They reassess you for staying. So the longer you sit still, the easier it is for your price to drift up, without resistance. That is why loyalty can turn into a quiet tax, not because loyalty is bad, but because loyalty without comparison gives the company no reason to stay sharp. They already have you. And once a company believes they already have you, the relationship changes. At the beginning, they may compete for you. Later, they renew you. Those are not the same thing. A company competing for your business has to make the number attractive. A company renewing your business is often betting you will not check. That is the loyalty trap. You think staying proves you are responsible. They know staying often means you are less likely to shop. So no, your insurance didn't go up because you messed up. It went up because you're part of a system that constantly adjusts. And that system doesn't care that you didn't crash. It only cares what it thinks might happen next. That is the hard truth. A clean record helps you. But it does not control the whole bill. Your premium is not just a mirror of your driving. It is a prediction machine. And if the prediction gets more expensive, your price can rise before you ever do anything wrong. So when that bill jumps, don't just sit there feeling guilty. You didn't crash. You didn't confess to anything. You got repriced. And once you understand that, you stop asking, what did I do wrong? You start asking, who is pricing me better? Because that is where your power is. And if you think that's the worst part, wait until you see why staying with the same company too long can actually cost you even more.